Hey, Orchinistas! Welcome to the channel Forever Orchids. My name is Tracy and I am so glad you're here. If you follow along on my channel, you'll see I'm in a different space now. Yes, I am still working on my new orchid grow space in my new house. I'm so excited. I'm having a little issues. We'll talk about those a different day, but right now I want to show you, drum roll, an unboxing. I'm so excited. Fred Clark, Sunset Valley Orchids, he released his Cattleya list for 2025. I look forward to that now that I know that usually sometime in February, every year, he lists his new crosses. And I'm ecstatic about this year, and I had to get some this year. And let's take a look. All righty, I went to the overhead camera. You can see me open this up. They always do such a phenomenal job. Look, I got a little heat pack, 2 of them, because we are having a snowstorm today. Yay! Okay. Let me see here. Oh, they packaged them all so well. Sorry about that loud noise. I threw the box on. Just threw the box down. See how we can get into here without tearing up any plants. Okay, let's see what we got. Of course, I know what we got. I know what I got. Now, I should look at the packing slip because I think they gave me everything. And let me make sure there's no substitutions. Yeah, looks like we got everything. Awesome. Very, very good. All right, let's tear into it. Let's see what we got. Woo, they're damp. Paper's a little damp here. And it's okay that we lose a little bit of bark. That's fine. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, we're going to set this one aside. There's 2 in here that are very special. And we're going to set those aside for a moment because I want to tell you about those at the end. Okay, 2 together. Yay. So there were some of the crosses that I did decide that I would get more than one of the cross. Let's see here. Okay, so these are 2 different ones. That's good. So let's talk about these here. Okay. Now, if you follow along on my channel, you will know that when I do an unboxing, I will make sure that I will show you in the corner of the screen what these plants, the parents, let's say the parents, what the parents are going to look like. So this one here, we're tearing the bark out. Maybe what we should do, maybe you would enjoy, instead of talking about the plants right now, let me unbox them real quick, and then we will go back to the other camera angle and we'll talk about each of these plants. Let's talk about what I got. Yay! I love unboxings. These plants look so good. Okay, this is a miniature Cattleya. This is LC Rosie's Surprise, and the cultivar name on this one is Crestview, and it is crossed with SLC Purple Doll Midnight Velvet. Right here, you'll find the pictures of what the parents look like, the Rosy Surprise and the Purple Doll, and then you can get an idea of what this cross will look like. Plants look so good, and look at this new growth right here. Look at that. Look at that new growth. Whenever you get the sheath, the pseudobulb sheath, taller than the previous one, you're doing good. Until this is mature size, each pseudobulb, we want that flower, not flower sheath, but the pseudobulb sheath. We want that to be larger each time. Okay, so that's a little mini cat that I've got. And then what I decided to do, let's grab this one here. Alrighty, I have one of these parents already. I have a Cattleya Angel Bells Susie, which has an AM from an Award of Merit from the American Orchid Society, and that is crossed with Cattleya Victorian Lace Diamond Orchids. And the Angel Bells is a much taller, I won't say standard Cattleya. Kind of close though. Probably if I had to guess, I'm not sure actually where it's at the moment. Yeah, it's not in this room. I do have orchids growing in other spaces throughout the house, and Angel Bells is upstairs in a southeast facing window. Anyway, okay. So this one here, the idea that Fred has for this plant, this cross anyway, is to try to get more compact, shorter, and the pseudobulbs closer together, more compact Cattleyas, but with a white flower that looks more like the standard. Now, the Victorian lace, if I'm not mistaken, that has Cattleya walkeriana in its background, so that will make the pseudobulbs shorter. This pseudobulb right here happens to be bifolate, and the other pseudobulbs are unifolate. We've got new roots right here. If I wanted to repot it, it would be okay because I've got new roots. But since I just got this in my environment, I am not going to disturb this plant. It's already had the stress of 2 days shipping from California all the way across the country. So we're just going to hang tight with that one. Okay, the next one here, this is a self-crossing, and this is a cute little guy. This is LC Sandra Laura, and the cultivar is SVO, and it has an AM from the American Orchid Society. And the reason why I wanted this one is it is pink with a yellow lip. And so from what I understand, the when you do a selfing like this, it's just going to make those characteristics stronger in the progeny. And so we should definitely keep our fingers crossed, hoping that we're definitely going to get the pink flowers with the yellow, bright yellow lip. So very excited about that one. This plant looks good. I don't see any new growth at the moment on it. I can tell it looks like this is probably the newest pseudobulb here. It seems to be the larger one. This one's kind of weird. This pseudobulb right here, it's like the leaf never split open. Kind of interesting. I have to watch that one. I don't want water to get down in there. It'll rot it. Bifolate pseudobulb here, unifolate. That's just the background. It's not a true bifolate Cattleya. Bifolate Cattleyas are very, very particular that they do not like to be repotted. Okay, next we have, let's do this one here. Okay, so what I decided to do with this is the same cross. It's LC Trudy Marsh. I got 2 plants, but what I did is the first one here, this is Laelia Cincorana, I think is the way you pronounce that. Cincorana. This is the form Zerulia. with the cultivar SVO, that is the pod parent, the mother parent. And that is crossed with Cattleya violacea form Zerulia with the cultivar Blue Bayou. And I'll put the names across the screen, of course, so you can see those in case I'm mispronouncing anything. I think Blue Bayou has been awarded. That Blue Bayou, oh my gosh, I would love to just have that plant by itself. That thing is stunning, absolutely gorgeous. So Trudy Marsh, this will be the Zerulia form of Trudy Marsh. Now, what I decided to do is I said Laelia cincorana is the pod parent. Well, in this plant, it's reversed. So what Fred did is he then crossed and took the pollen from the cincorana. I know I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's a species, and it's one I'm not that familiar with, so I know I'm pronouncing it wrong probably. Anyway, he took the pollen from that plant and he put that onto the violacea. So the violacea was then the pod parent. So it's going to be interesting to see how that changes the genetics and how that changes the flower form. This one here with the violacea as the pod parent, as the mother parent, has got way more pseudobulbs, and they are very compact, very, very tight growing. So we'll see. We shall see. But I really like Zerulia forms of orchids. I really, really like them. It's considered a blue. It's not a true blue that we think of like a sky blue and like our denim blue. It's nothing like that. It just means it's a shade, I'll call it a shade of purple that just has more blue in it versus more red. So anyway, moving right along. Here we go. Sorry, I gotta keep my space clean. Okay. Holy moly, would you look at these? This is a seedling. Would you look at how fat these pseudobulbs are? My gosh, that's like an inch and a half. Pseudobulb wide. Oh, okay. Years and years and years ago, there was a cross that came out that was Laelia Cattleya, LC, Puppy Love. The most awarded, not awarded, but the cultivar that was cloned, that was the most readily available at that time was True Beauty. I saw that years ago. I never thought I could grow it. This was young in my growing experience. This was early on, and I just didn't think I could grow a big standard Cattleya. Definitely one with Laelia in it that was going to Laelia anceps have a tendency to have very, very long inflorescence, beautiful, stunning flowers. Well, I've been looking at Puppy Love. I found the True Beauty clone. I haven't bought it. Not overly happy with the vendor that it comes from, so I've been really hesitant. Y'all, here it is, LC Puppy Love. Fred crossed these. He crossed Cattleya dubiosa Scully, which has an HCC by the American Orchid Society. He crossed that with Laelia anceps, but a cultivar from South Africa. So that's bringing into America, that's bringing in a different gene pool of those anceps than what we've got here in America, where we're just using this ancept and we're using that one to clone and not clone, but cross. And so we've just got some new genetics in the gene pool. So excited about that. So I decided to get 2 LC Puppy Loves. And the reason why I got 2 of them is because obviously with progeny, with siblings, they're going to look different. I have another cross by this same dubiosa, crossed with William Farrell, that I bought. It wasn't last February, it was the February before that. So it wasn't 2024, it was 2023 that I bought that. And they each bloomed different, and they bloomed at different times of the year. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so this plant here, there again, huge, huge pseudobulbs, mainly unifolate. This one tried to be a little bifolate, so don't know what it'll end up being. Do I see some new growth? Let me get some of this off here. There could be. On the eyes down here, there is some swelling. If I can get that off without damaging anything. Yeah, okay. So this pseudobulb here is the last one. It's the largest. It's the newest growth. It's now pushing out a new growth right here on this side. We've got an eye right here. Don't have a new, that one hasn't started developing. It could. I like to give my plants sea kelp extract when I first get them in. It helps with the stress. So we'll do that. And this one might end up pushing out that second eye on the other side. Okay, the second plant here that I got, same thing. It actually is pushing out new growth on both. Let me get some of this leftover sheath away here. And this pseudobulb here definitely has a growth here and here. I do not know whether or not in my new, this is the first time I have videotaped in my new grow space, so I'm not quite sure the camera angle and everything as far as whether or not I can do this and you guys can see it. I'm not sure. We'll try it. We'll see what happens when I edit. Okay, now let's get to the good stuff. All of this is good. Who am I trying to kid? All of this is phenomenal. So good, so excited about that. Okay. Fred had, I think it was 5, maybe 6 crosses that were from a dear friend of mine. I have known this gentleman for, I don't know, 30 years. And his name is Keith Davis. He has wonderful Cattleyas. He typically will grow the old classics. He likes to keep that genetic pool alive. He likes to keep those plants, those heirloom Cattleyas as they're called, the ones that would have been awarded eons ago, long, long time ago. And he likes to keep those. He also, I find that he likes the reds of the Cattleyas. I've seen more of his plants that are that color, more of the reds. Anyway, I've known Keith, like I said, 30 years at least. And dear friend of mine, well, when I found out that some of his crosses that he has made, that Fred Clark was going to be selling them this year, I couldn't wait. I just waited for February. Now I could not get all of them because I'm a little concerned about, these are definitely standard Cattleyas. They could get upwards of 24 inches or more, 2 feet or more, just the plant, not to count the inflorescence and the flowers. So I ended up picking some that I just thought were, for me, the style of flower that I think would be pretty, that I was more attracted to them. Okay, so the first one here is LC, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this. If Keith ever sees this video, he will probably shoot me. I'm just kidding. He'll definitely tell me how to pronounce them. That's for sure. LC, I'm going to say Bethune, and you'll see here across the screen, Bethune, cultivar Vinny. And look at the flower. Oh my gosh, y'all. BLC crossed with, or it's then crossed with BLC, Brunswick Gem, the cultivar Coral. Now that particular Brunswick Gem is, I think, was hybridized in Australia. I think it was awarded in or crossed in Australia. Keith has friends in Australia all across the world. And so I think he got, Brunswick Jim. And he's had these plants for a long time. And this is I just thought the color of Brunswick Jim was really pretty. So we'll see what happens. So we've got just 3 pseudobulbs here. Very nice, very nice. Okay, moving right along. The next one here. This is BLC Fred Stewart. Carmela is the cultivar, which has an AM from the American Orchid Society. That is then crossed with, LC Maddie Shave Orchid Jungle, which has an AM from the American Orchid Society. So again, look at those flowers. Look at them right here. Oh, this one should definitely be, both of them in the reds. And I think Maddie Shave's really pretty. Nice shape. Oh, we have a new growth coming out right here. This one here. So that's just, I'm so excited. So excited. So after you watch this video, I want you to go to Sunset Valley Orchids, go to their website. There should be listed on the homepage the 2025 Cattleya list. Look it over. Pick out your favorites. Let me know in the comments, what are your favorites? What did you buy? Are you going to buy some? And then let me know what you ended up getting. I'm also going to, hopefully, for the local Orchid Society, get together a group order, hopefully in time before their next meeting, so that anybody that wants to take part of. If that happens, I'll do another unboxing and show you all of those plants. But until next time, guys, I'm so glad that you joined me. Happy orchid growing!